Hello, you're on the Space Daily News channel. You maybe know that NASA wants to return samples from Mars. The Mars Sample Return Program is a joint endeavor between NASA and the European Space Agency, although NASA is leading it. NASA will be responsible for the rocket that will launch from the surface of Mars and put the samples in Mars orbit. But European Space Agency is responsible for the Earth Return Orbiter, which is basically going to be the first interplanetary spacecraft. It will go from Earth to Mars, go into orbit around Mars, rendezvous with the sample craft in Mars orbit, capture the sample and then come back to Earth. It won't enter Earth's orbit, but it will release the NASA-built entry capsule, containing the samples once it's near enough. But prior to all this, Perseverance will be on Mars collecting samples. Those samples will be put in caches on the surface. In 2026, NASA will launch another rocket to Mars containing a lander that's carrying the Mars Ascent Vehicle and the Sample Fetch Rover. The lander will land on Mars and release the Fetch Rover, which will pick up the caches of rock samples that have been collected by Perseverance. The Fetch Rover will then bring them back to the lander, where they will be put in the Mars Ascent Vehicle and launch it into Mars orbit. This mission would launch in 2026. It's interesting, but China also wants to return samples from Mars. Chief designer of China's lunar exploration project, Wu Weiren, said that China plans to implement a Mars sample return mission by 2030. In fact, he stated that the mission should be launched before 2030. For that mission, China plans to use the rover like their Martian rover Zhurong. It will collect samples of Martian soil and load them into a small rocket, which then launch samples into Mars orbit. This plan is very similar to NASA's Mars Sample Return Program. The only difference is that NASA is already collecting soil samples from Mars with the Perseverance rover, while China only plans to send a rover capable of collecting. Time will tell us who will be the first. In any case, the delivery of samples from Mars will be a breakthrough in space explorations. This was Space Daily News with Julia. Stay tuned!